I can't speak on too much because I don't have any experience with is having a side hustle. When I first started, my plan was to work in the beauty shop for a few days here and there and then work at Ulta every other day. But the very first day that I was moving in my stuff into the beauty shop, so many people were asking me, oh, what are you doing? What's this? Or do you have time to do this or that? And I was just instantly won over. I was getting paid the same day I was doing services, where at Ulta, I was having to wait a couple weeks for my paycheck. I was getting paid an hourly wage and not based on the services I was offering. Just immediately, I was won over and I decided to quit my job, and I have not looked back. That was 12 years ago and I'm still going strong here today. I know that that's not the norm for everyone, and nor would I tell any of my students just to up and quit their job. But for me, I instantly saw the value. I had been working at Ulta and I was booked up, the busiest esthetician they had at that store. They level jumped me. It was not quite a promotion, but I got flowers and a certificate. And even with all that being said, I still was not making enough. I was probably bringing home like $350 once every 2 weeks. So you go from that to now offering a service where you're able to make your 2 weeks pay in 2 hours. Instantly, I was blown away. I was really nervous getting started. I had a lot of doubt and fear, but still I had to try. I had to just at least give it a shot because I just felt something inside telling me that there was better for me out there than this job was offering. And that's not to discredit anyone who chooses to work there or any other place like that, but just for me, it wasn't adding up. It wasn't making sense. It was just best for me to go. And I'm so glad that I did. I really lately have been trying to sit back and slow down and just process this whole journey. But more than anything, I want to just thank myself for trying. Thank myself for even jumping out there when it looked really scary, when I wasn't sure how it was all going to pan out for me, when it seemed to be the worst possible time to do anything. I took a leap of faith and it's carried me a long way. Again, this is nothing against anyone who chooses to have side hustles or side jobs. Even back when we had the bigger shop a few years ago, where it was 9 of us working together. And as the girls would come on, of course, they all had other jobs or were doing other things. I would ask them. But I remember one lady in particular, she was our nail tech. And she had to have been working about 5 or 6 jobs, not even exaggerating. She was a waitress at a restaurant. I think she was also cleaning houses, so many things. And then she was doing nails on top of that. Now, she had a lot of people that were coming in specifically asking for her. She had already started building her own clientele, but she was missing out on so many potential new clients because she would be at this job, at that other job, instead of being at the shop. As our clients for brows and lashes are coming in, they're asking about nail services, they're wanting to book, but she's unavailable. I sat her down one day and talked to her, and I said, honestly, I believe that you can make more than you need just by offering the services. It seems like you got a lot of potential. You got a lot of devoted regulars coming back to you. Let's sit down, take a look at the numbers, and figure this thing out, because if you could let some of these other jobs go, you could work less hours and make more money by offering the service. Reluctantly, she listened to what I was saying. We added up all of her bills, and I think I told her to multiply them by 3. So we got that total and then broke that number down by one of her services. We took that number, divided it into the total that she needed for the month to see if, first of all, if it was even possible that she could do X amount of services, if she even had the time. Because if it broke down to say that she needed to do, 15 full sets a day, well, there's no way. The time is just unavailable. There's no way she would ever be able to do that. Before she quit or made any other arrangements, we did the numbers to see if it was even possible. And actually, it was extremely possible. She had been doing this, doing that, spreading herself out when she could make more than enough from only offering the services. Once she saw the numbers, she just kicked it into high gear. She let go of the other jobs, and I've seen her just soar ever since then. She's been doing nails full time all this time since. She even opened her own salon in Dallas. She has just really gone extremely far. And so I'm so glad that I was able to talk to her just to give some insight, because sometimes you need a second pair of eyes on the situation. So I was glad that I was able to notice she had a lot of potential and speak up and say, hey, I really think that you can do this full time. And I'm just an advocate for balance and not overworking yourself. Because again, when I originally started, I was just trying to grab after every dime. I wanted every single person possible in my chair. I had a lot of bills to pay, and I needed that money, Frankie, but I was burning myself out. It wasn't worth it. And then all the extra things that I was doing, like taking walk-ins and double booking myself, in the end, it didn't even add up to more. Once I decided, you know what, this is my set schedule, these are my hours that I'm working, these are the services that I'm offering. Once I decided this is how it's going to go, everything really turned around for me. It's been so much better, but it took me a long time to even just be honest enough with myself and have some sort of self-awareness to make the change, because a lot of times we're just running, spinning our wheels, and everything looks like it's working. But in the end, we have to be honest and say, is this actually working, or is there something different that I can do? And self-awareness, though, is very important. Self-awareness is key. Self-reflection, just being able to be honest with yourself